Welcome to Sleep with History. I'm Theo, and I'll be your guide tonight. Get comfortable, close your eyes, breathe slowly, and let today's worries quietly drift away. Tonight, you're not just hearing history, you're living it, one peaceful moment at a time. Tonight, you leave behind the noise of the modern world and step into a quiet medieval village. The air is cool, the streets are still. Only a few lanterns glow softly in the darkness. You are not a fearless knight, not a powerful lord, and certainly not the king. Tonight, you are someone history rarely remembers. You are the village blacksmith. Before the church bells ring, before the marketplace awakens, before the first customer knocks upon your workshop door, a small fire waits patiently inside the forge. The tools rest quietly upon the wooden bench. Outside, a gentle morning mist drifts between the cottages, and somewhere in the distance, a rooster welcomes the coming dawn. Your day is about to begin. The village is still asleep. No voices drift through the narrow streets. No carts roll across the muddy road. Only silence greets the coming morning. You open your eyes slowly. The room is cool. Your wool blanket still holds the warmth of the night. Beyond the small wooden window, the sky is a deep shade of blue. The first light has not yet arrived. For a quiet moment, you simply listen. The gentle wind brushes against the walls of your little home. Somewhere far away, an owl calls one final time before dawn. Then, silence returns once again. You rise from your bed. The old wooden floor creaks softly beneath your feet. You pull on your simple linen shirt, then your heavy wool tunic. The familiar leather apron waits upon its hook. Soon, it will carry another day's work. You light a single candle. Its small golden flame dances gently. Soft shadows move across the wooden walls. Everything feels calm. Everything feels familiar. You open the door. Cool morning air greets your face. A thin layer of mist hangs quietly above the village. The cottages remain dark, Only a few chimneys whisper thin trails of smoke into the still sky. You begin the short walk toward your workshop. The path is damp beneath your boots. Tiny drops of dew sparkle upon the grass. The forge stands waiting at the edge of the village. Quiet, patient, exactly as you left it yesterday evening. You place your hand upon the old wooden door. Its rough surface feels cool beneath your fingers. For just a moment, you stand in complete silence, knowing that within these simple walls, another peaceful day is about to begin. For another quiet moment, you remain standing at the workshop door. The village behind you is still wrapped in silence. You lift the heavy wooden latch. The old hinges creak softly. A familiar sound, one that has welcomed nearly every morning of your life. Inside, the workshop rests peacefully in the darkness. Your tools wait exactly where you left them. The anvil stands proudly in the center of the room. The long wooden bench is worn smooth by many years of careful work. Bundles of iron bars lean quietly against the stone wall. Nothing has changed, and somehow that feels comforting. You step inside. The scent of charcoal fills the cool morning air. It lingers in the timber walls, in the stone floor, even in the old leather apron hanging nearby. You place your candle upon the workbench. Its small flame pushes the darkness gently aside. There is no hurry. A blacksmith learns long ago that good work cannot be rushed. You kneel beside the cold forge. Yesterday's ashes still rest where the fire slowly faded. With steady hands, you clear away the grey dust. Then carefully place fresh charcoal into the hearth. A few pieces of dry oak follow. Their pale wood catches the candlelight. You strike the flint. Once, twice, on the third spark, a tiny flame appears, small enough to fit within your hand, patient enough to become something much greater. You feed it carefully, never forcing it, only giving it what it needs. The fire begins to breathe. Soft orange light spreads across the workshop. gentle warmth follows close behind. You reach for the wooden bellows. Its leather feels smooth from years of faithful use. One slow push, then another. The quiet fire answers. The glowing coals slowly brighten. Orange becomes gold. Gold slowly turns to deep crimson. The forge has awakened, not with noise, but with quiet determination. Outside, the first birds welcome the morning. A distant church bell rings once across the valley. The village is beginning another ordinary day, and so are you. For a little while, you simply watch the dancing flames. Their gentle movement is strangely peaceful, almost hypnotic, as though the fire itself is inviting the day to begin slowly. The fire has found its steady rhythm now. Warm light fills every corner of the workshop. The morning chill slowly begins to disappear. You stand beside the forge, resting your hands for a quiet moment, watching the glowing coals breathe softly. Their colors shift gently from deep red to bright orange, like the first light of sunrise. You reach for a simple iron bar. It is cool to the touch, heavy, solid, a piece of ordinary metal, waiting patiently to become something useful. With slow, careful movements, you placed it into the heart of the fire. There is nothing to hurry. Iron teaches patience, always, as the heat grows stronger. The dark metal slowly begins to change. A dull red glow appears first, then brighter, until it shines like the evening sun resting upon calm water. You lift the iron carefully with long blacksmith's tongs. The heat dances through the air around it. Tiny sparks rise gently, then disappear into the quiet workshop. The iron rests upon the anvil. You raise your hammer, not high, not with force, only enough for the work before you. The first strike rings softly through the room. A clear, gentle sound. Then another, and another. Each strike follows the almost like the steady beat of a peaceful heart. Outside, the village has fully awakened. A cart rolls quietly along the road. Somewhere nearby, a rooster calls proudly from a small wooden fence. The distant church bell marks the beginning of another working day. Soon, soft footsteps approach your workshop. An elderly farmer appears in the doorway. His weathered cloak carries tiny drops of morning dew. He smiles kindly. You return the smile with a simple nod. No long conversation is needed. He places a worn horseshoe upon your bench. Its edges have grown thin after many seasons of faithful use. You pick it up carefully, turning it slowly in your hands, already imagining the quiet work ahead. The old farmer thanks you softly, then steps back into the morning light. You watch him disappear along the narrow village path. For a brief moment, the workshop becomes silent once more. Only the gentle crackle of the fire remains, and the peaceful rhythm of another ordinary day. The old farmer soon returns. His gentle footsteps stop outside your workshop. A patient brown horse waits quietly beside him. Its breath drifts softly into the cool afternoon air. You greet them with a warm smile. The farmer removes the worn horseshoe. Its edges have become thin with many seasons of use. You examine it carefully, turning it slowly beneath the warm firelight. Every scratch tells the story of long journeys across muddy roads. You place the old horseshoe upon the workbench, then reach once again for the glowing forge. The fire burns steadily now. Its gentle warmth fills the room. You choose a fresh piece of iron, strong enough for many more miles. With careful hands, you place it into the glowing coals. There is no need to hurry. The fire will decide when the metal is ready. For several quiet moments, you simply watch the dancing flames. The iron slowly changes. Dark grey becomes deep red. Deep red becomes bright orange. You lift it gently with your tongs. Tiny sparks float upward, then quietly disappear into the air. The hot iron rests upon the anvil. You raise your hammer once again. The first strike rings softly, not harsh, not sudden, only calm, steady, measured. Each careful blow slowly shapes the glowing metal. Little by little, the curved form of a horseshoe begins to appear. Outside, a gentle breeze moves through the village. Somewhere nearby, children laugh for only a moment. Then silence returns. The farmer watches patiently. He has seen this work many times before. Yet, he never seems to grow tired of it. When the shape is finally complete, you lower the horseshoe into a wooden bucket of cool water. A gentle hiss rises into the air. Thin white steam curls slowly toward the ceiling. For just a moment, the workshop is filled with quiet warmth. The farmer thanks you with a grateful smile. You hand him the finished horseshoe. Its smooth surface catches the soft afternoon light. He nods once, places it carefully into his leather bag, then quietly continues home with his faithful horse. You watch them disappear along the peaceful village road. The forge still glows behind you, patiently waiting for whatever tomorrow may bring. The workshop grows warmer with every passing hour. The fire burns with a steady glow. Its gentle warmth fills the little room. Outside, the sun has climbed high above the village. Golden light rests quietly upon the rooftops. You place the hammer back upon the bench. Only for a little while. Even a blacksmith must rest. You step outside the workshop. The afternoon feels peaceful. A cool breeze softens the warmth of the day. Nearby, an old oak tree offers welcome shade. You sit beneath its broad branches, removing your leather gloves with slow, careful hands. From a small linen cloth, you unwrap your midday meal, a piece of dark bread, a little cheese, and a crisp red apple from the autumn harvest. It is simple, yet somehow it always tastes better after a morning of honest work. For a few quiet moments, you eat without speaking, without thinking about tomorrow, only listening the gentle rustling of leaves above you, the cheerful songs of distant birds, and somewhere beyond the village, the quiet flow of a narrow stream. A pair of swallows glide across the bright afternoon sky. They circle effortlessly above the cottages before disappearing beyond the fields. You smile to yourself. The village has changed very little over the years. The same roads, the same homes, the same familiar faces. There is comfort in that. Soon, dark clouds begin gathering beyond the distant hills, not threatening, only calm. A soft breeze carries the fresh scent of approaching rain. The first raindrop lands quietly upon the dusty road. Then another and another. Within moments, a gentle rain begins to fall. You remain beneath the shelter of the old oak, watching tiny circles appear inside puddles along the path. The sound is wonderfully peaceful. Soft rain upon wooden rooftops, soft rain upon green leaves, soft rain upon the earth. When the shower grows a little stronger, you quietly return to your workshop. Inside, the forge still glows with gentle warmth. The fire crackles softly. Its comforting light fills the room once again. You place another small piece of charcoal onto the glowing coals, then settle into the familiar silence. Outside, the rain continues its quiet song. Inside, only the warm fire and the peaceful rhythm of another ordinary day remain. The rain slowly begins to fade, one drop at a time. Soon, only a gentle dripping remains. Tiny drops fall quietly from the edge of the workshop roof. The air feels cooler now, fresh, clean, filled with the comforting scent of wet earth and damp timber. You stand beside the forge once again. The glowing coals still hold their quiet warmth, patiently waiting for your return. You place one final piece of iron into the fire, not because anyone is waiting, not because the work cannot wait, only because tomorrow will begin a little easier. The fire answers with a soft crackle, its golden light dancing dances across the stone walls. You rest your hands near the gentle warmth, feeling the coolness slowly leave your fingers. For a little while, you simply watch the glowing coals. Their quiet movement is strangely calming, almost like watching a peaceful river flow. The last piece of iron slowly reaches the perfect heat. You lift it carefully. The hammer rises once again. Its steady rhythm fills the workshop, never loud, never hurried, only slow, careful, thoughtful work. Each gentle strike shapes the metal, little by little, until nothing more needs to be changed. You smile quietly. Another day's work has come to its natural end. Outside, the clouds begin to part. Golden evening sunlight slips gently across the village. The wet road sparkles beneath the fading light. Children's laughter drifts homeward. A farmer leads his horse toward the stable. Thin smoke rises once more from nearby chimneys. The village is preparing for another peaceful evening. You brush the last traces of iron dust from your apron, then carefully return every tool to its familiar place. The hammer, the tongs, the chisels, everything exactly where it belongs. You scatter fresh sand across the stone floor. The glowing forge slowly grows quieter. One final look around the workshop. Everything feels peaceful. Everything feels complete. You gently close the heavy wooden door behind you. Its old latch settles into place with a familiar sound. The day's work is finished. The narrow village road welcomes you home. Warm lantern light glows softly through tiny cottage windows. The smell of fresh bread drifts through the evening air. Somewhere nearby, a dog stretches before settling beside the doorway. The church bell rings slowly across the quiet valley, not calling people to work, only marking the peaceful arrival of evening. You walk without hurry, listening to your steady footsteps, feeling the cool breeze against your face. Above you, the first stars quietly appear, one after another. The sky slowly turns from deep blue to soft, midnight black. By the time you reach your little wooden home, the village has almost fallen asleep. Only the gentle sound of crickets remains. You pause for one final moment before opening the door, taking a slow breath, grateful for another ordinary day, a day without great adventures, without glory, without history remembering your name, yet somehow a day that feels quietly complete. Tomorrow, before the sun rises once again, the forge will be waiting patiently, exactly as it always has. The fire has almost faded now. Only a few glowing embers remain. Their gentle light dances quietly across the wooden walls. You remove your heavy boots, then hang your leather apron beside the door. It has served you well today, just as it has for countless days before. A simple meal waits upon the table. Fresh bread, warm vegetable stew, and a small cup of cool spring water. You eat slowly, without hurry. Outside, the village has fallen completely silent. The day's work is over. The fields are resting. The horses sleep peacefully inside their stables. The forge is quiet. Its fire now only a gentle memory. You open the small wooden window. Cool night air drifts softly into the room. Somewhere beyond the village, an owl calls through the darkness. The sound fades gently into the forest. Above you, thousands of stars shine across the clear medieval sky, long before bright city lights. These same stars guided travelers, comforted farmers, and quietly watched over villages like yours. You close the window once more. The room feels warm, safe, peaceful. You lie down beneath your wool blanket. The familiar scent of timber, charcoal, and the fading fire surrounds you once again. Your breathing grows slower. Your body feels pleasantly tired, not from rushing, not from worry, but from a day filled with honest work. Tomorrow, before the first light touches the village, the forge will wait patiently once again. The hammer, the anvil, the glowing coals, everything will be exactly where you left it. But tomorrow can wait. For now, there is nowhere you need to go. Nothing more you need to finish. Only this quiet moment. Only this peaceful night. As sleep gently finds you. The village fades into silence. The fire grows still. The stars continue their endless journey above the rooftops. And somewhere, beyond the quiet hills, a new dawn is already preparing to arrive. But you do not need to follow it. Not yet. Tonight, you have lived the simple life of a medieval blacksmith, a life history rarely celebrates, yet one that helped shape an entire village. One horseshoe, one tool, one quiet day at a time. Thank you for spending this peaceful evening with me. I hope this gentle journey has brought you comfort and a little closer to the quiet rhythm of the medieval world. Sleep well. And until our next journey through history, good night.